Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. I'm really happy to be with you today inside our private Facebook group. And today I'm talking all about self-sabotage. Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm queen of self-sabotage, and maybe you do too. And really today I want to give you, first of all, some hope. You've got to keep going, keep on keeping on. You may have heard that expression, and it is so true. Creating change, especially if you're working on creating a sober lifestyle, even if you're taking a break and you're wanting to stretch that into a more longer term goal. So we're all on different places and pathways in this group, and that's really what I believe in. You've got to do this your way, your pace that feels good for you. But the most important thing is to not ever quit. Don't give up. Don't give up. So I'm going to do, as best I can in the time I have, a deep dive with you into self-sabotage. Now, I'm not talking about the general self-sabotage videos that you will be seeing. I really go into this deeply. I go, from a real energetic lens into what is actually going on. Because I'm someone that my brain doesn't work in sort of facts and things like that. I don't actually accept that. I like to do a really deeper dive into the why. It's part of my human design energetics, and it's really important for me to understand for myself what I'm teaching, and I can only do that by actually doing it myself, by making loads of mistakes, feeling like I'm a big failure but keeping on pushing through anyway and getting the knowledge that way. And it's more of a feeling that I have, and then I can share this and share it through the Wellness Tree lens as well. So I'm going to break down self-sabotage for you, and if you are creating lots of days at the moment or in the past that feel like big fat floppy failures, and you're keeping on and you're pushing through, then massive well done you. Because what's really important, and I encourage all of my clients to embrace this, is that we get our gold from the failures. The failures contain the nuggets of wisdom that we need. It's how we learn about ourselves. And it helps us to shape our stay sober plans, whatever plan you want to call it. It helps us to shape it so that we can work in a deeper way on ourselves. We get to know ourselves, and it helps us to coach ourselves, to nurture ourselves, and to be the parent that maybe we didn't have that we most need right now. So I want you today, right now, to just forget everything that has been going on for you in your sober journey, in your sober curious journey, in your messy journey, however that looks. And maybe you're on a really great winning streak right now. You're creating many on-track days and you want to keep them going, because consistency is key. So just take what you have learnt so far from your journey and bag it up and bring it with you, because this is gold. It's not gone all tits up or anything. This is your gold, and this will become even deeper learning for the journey ahead. So let's talk about, so before I talk about this part, let me just say that I have had millions and millions of day ones with drinking. Now, currently, I haven't had any alcohol for 5 years, 0 alcohol in 5 years. I started my journey properly, like actually decidedly, committedly, devotionally promised myself that that's it, I wouldn't drink again. I did that 9 years ago. I had a few drinking experiments in those first sort of few years on and off. I was about 95% sober. But I hadn't learned how to navigate the big life challenges and the social events. Not that I go to a lot of social events, but the things like that, and just general life triggers, and dealing with relationship issues, and dealing with growing a business, and dealing with, you know, losing my lovely dad suddenly. His death. It's these sudden shocks and these things that happen, and it's also the general day-to-day hum of distraction, of giving, of overgiving, of setting our own goals and our own standards so impossibly high that we can't necessarily always achieve those, and so we beat ourselves up. We end up back in this cycle of drinking, of over drinking, of maybe that slides into overeating, numbing out on sugar, which is what I used to do, scrolling on your phone, just general numbing, escaping, avoiding. The most important thing for us to understand, and it took me so long to realise this, is that if we keep doing these things, we are going to obviously get the same results. To literally break this cycle, we have to become a completely different version of ourselves. And she's not a million miles away. She's already here. She already exists. But we need to sort of cut through the noise and the fog and do a lot of letting go and releasing and clearing, so that we can step in her shoes, so we can feel her guidance. This is the new, best version of ourselves that we're wanting to become. And this is what I'm so passionate about, because this is where we're really bringing in these energetic pieces, the new identity, the new habits. I love to go deeply into this. So if you love this work, if you want to learn about doing sobriety, drinking less, whether you're currently drinking less, you're working towards none, or you've already let alcohol go and you want to stay consistent, then stick around, because I am going to be now sharing so much more content about what I have learned on my own journey, my training as a soul energetics practitioner, as a grey area drinking coach. This is all embodied in the wellness tree, and all of the trainings in this group are and will be focused around the wellness tree. I have naturally kind of spent the last year really questioning so much. My mind is currently jumping in all different directions with ideas of what to say to you. So I'm trying very hard to just bring this into something that makes sense. So please bear with me. I have been sort of just gently studying my own behaviour, because I'm now on a sugar freedom journey, which I've been working on, I don't know, it must be 8 years. It was the year after I stopped drinking that I really hit the sugar, you know, so much worse than I ever have, and was binge eating really since I was little. And just, I don't do that anymore, but I do have moments where I slip off my plan and I lose my focus and I slide back into those unhealthy eating patterns. But as I said earlier, I haven't had any alcohol in the last 5 years. And really that's given me so much clarity, because I've been really noticing patterns, even noticing new things about myself that I hadn't realised before. So even just noticing how unaware and asleep I've been in other areas of my life. And one that I'm really working on right now is resistance. And what I have learned, and this is so exciting, if you're jumping on live with me now, thank you. And I'm so excited you're jumping on at this moment, because I'm about to share something so massive and aha. Honestly, there's just so much information out there, and we can feel really overloaded and really overwhelmed with content. I'm just going to give you one real nugget wisdom thing that I have recently realised, which will cut through everything. It will cut through everything. So think of this as your soul medicine for today, and keep it in your heart, keep it close to you. And you're probably going to feel really uncomfortable with this, and that's okay, and that's good, because this is a stretch. It's a stretch for me, and I want to share this with you. The key thing I have been noticing that's been coming up for me and has been a really deeply ingrained pattern is resistance. It's avoidance, and those two are really wrapped up together for me. This is something I used to typically drink on. It's something that even now can take me back into the self-sabotage of sugar, of cake, of things like that. And if I have any sugar or cake, it's a conscious, intentional thing. But I'm pretty much living really, really low sugar right now. And one practice I am doing, you're going to love this. It's probably going to be a love-hate relationship. But start to bring awareness to every time you feel resistance pop up in your day. And this can be anywhere. And you'll know this because you'll be saying things to yourself like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. You're putting it off. You're delaying it. Because maybe it feels like it takes too much effort, or it takes... This is mental effort. This is something else I've been learning. It's actually the thought of doing something that feels like it's going to take all of this effort, when actually we can save that energy and just do the thing. I was really resistant last week to doing my accounts. I have an accountant. I have to track everything for her, and then she can do my accounts for me, because I just hate doing my accounts. It's something that actually feels quite traumatic. I don't like it. It dysregulates my nervous system. And I think a lot of people feel like that. So literally all I do, I just record my things on a sheet, my income, my expenses, and then I hand it over to her. But I haven't been doing that. I've been putting it off and putting it off. And now I'm literally having to spend an hour a day catching up, recording it, making sure it's all up to date, and then I can hand it over. I had huge resistance about this, and what happens when we resist things, it causes heavy energy. With anything, it can be the smallest thing. Like the smallest thing last night was me opening the rubbish bin, and I thought, oh, I must empty that. It's rubbish day tomorrow. Must empty that. And I put the lid back down, and I went to go and walk away, and I thought, resistance. Why don't I just do it now? And then I felt more resistance because it was freezing cold. It was really, really cold last night. It was dark, and I thought, oh, that means I'm going to have to get my coat on, my boots. I got my slippers on, my dressing gown. I'm going to have to take that off. And it was all a faff in my brain. And I thought, well, if I don't do it, I'm going to have to go out really early in the morning, because I know the bin men turn up really early. Then I'm going to make a noise wheeling the wheelie bin down our pathway. It's probably going to wake the neighbours up. It's going to be dark. I won't be able to see, even though it was dark last night. And I thought, Kath, why don't you just empty the bin? Notice how you feel when you've done it. So I thought, right, resistance, here we go. It's an opportunity to practice. The new version of me is someone that doesn't accept resistance. So resistance is my teacher. And the new version of me, she doesn't avoid. this is something I'm growing into. She doesn't avoid, she doesn't put things off, which is what I've always done. And then, you know, so many of us do this, and then we receive the cost of doing that. And it is a cost. It can be a financial cost. If we take our eye off the ball, if we avoid, if we bury our head in the sand, it's the same with drinking. It's the energetic cost, whether that is in the terms of money, financially, or it's costing us our mood. That has an impact because that affects our relationships with our loved ones. It affects how we show up in our home. We may be putting off cleaning our environment. So anyway, I just did the bin. I took the bin outside. Some of the sack had leaked into the bottom of the bin. It was pretty horrible. I cleaned it up. It was great. I put a new sack in, and there we go. And really, that is such a good sort of metaphor for the whole of this sober journey. It's all about the energetics and how we are taking care of it. So basically, we are wanting to do a big cleanup. And this isn't about beating ourselves up. It's not about judging ourselves. No. So we're stepping out of, we're almost stepping up into this observer place and just looking at ourselves from a bird's eye view and noticing what we're doing in our day. Noticing where the resistance is coming up and doing the thing anyway. And if we can't do the thing at that moment, we calendar it. We write it on a post-it note and we do it. So we have to follow through, and this is how we are breaking these cycles. It's not really about drinking. So we think of self-sabotage. I'm talking to you because you are in my sober curious sober community. But it's not about the alcohol. And it took me ages, it took me years to realise this. Alcohol is just alcohol. And I used to have such judgments against it. Like, it's bad, it's toxic. Yes, it's toxic. And it causes all of these different things. And there are people out there where alcohol isn't a problem, it's not an issue for them. Either they're drinking like not a lot at all, it's an enjoyment and they know when to stop. For other people it can be end of spectrum. It's like, you know, they are completely dependent on it. They need to be medically detoxed. And then we have this grey area in the middle where we can stop drinking, but staying stopped is the problem. And we go back into these patterns of self-sabotage. So what is this really? It's also noticing our self-sabotaging patterns across the rest of our life areas. And this is something that unfolds as we allow ourselves to get curious and more aware about it. So self-sabotage isn't laziness, it's not weakness, and it's certainly not lack of discipline. Here's what's actually going on. It's actually all about the nervous system, and it's basically wanting to keep us safe. Because if you're working on not drinking, it sees not drinking as a potential threat. It's literally the old identity, the old version of us that we're trying to break these patterns. It's trying to keep the old identity. Well, it actually is the old identity that wants to stay alive. And the body is trying to protect us from discomfort. You see, we're wired for pleasure, and we have trained ourselves to have wine. For example, for me, it was a bottle of Merlot. That was my reward. That was my pleasure. That was my fun thing to do at the end of the day, to turn off the noise in my head, to turn off the busyness, to calm and soothe the settle. Can't get my words out. The big energy, the stress, all the cortisol rushing around. I needed something fast. And that's what we do. We reach for the quickest thing, and that's why people drink. And then there's also an emotional backlog of things that we haven't actually digested. And when we stop drinking, these are the things that come up. They're coming up to be felt. They're coming up to be felt. It's our responsibility to feel them. Yes, it's uncomfortable, but we feel them. There's ways we can do that to relax around them, and then we can digest them. So we're not actually letting them go, we are digesting them. We are absorbing them, we alchemize them. We also fear expansion. We fear expansion, but that is exactly where our freedom lies. In this present moment, we have this idea in our heads of the woman that we want to become. And the invitation is right there always for us in the discomfort. And the discomfort doesn't last long. We prolong the discomfort because we give all our energy away to it, but actually what we're doing, we're resisting, we're avoiding. Here it is again. We don't want to feel it, but we need to feel it because it's our system trying to keep us safe using outdated kind of strategies. We don't want to reach for the wine anymore. We are actually teaching our body new ways of coping, and I'm going to share with you soon how we do that. So it shows up most times. Evenings are a typical time. We have wine o'clock, wine time. It shows up at weekends, holidays, social situations, and all of these specific moments. For me and for most people, it's especially in the evenings. It's like 5 o'clock wine time is the typical time. Between 5 and 7 p.m. is the actual time that our bodies need to be recalibrating, settling. It's the time for nurturing, for unwinding naturally to prepare our bodies for a great night's sleep. So when we finish our day, where we've been giving all day, we're feeling depleted. This is one of the times when we really need to have a plan in place to have ourselves taken care of. At this time, our emotions are the loudest. Our boundaries can often collapse. We may have set up a little boundary for ourselves that morning saying, right, today I'm not drinking. I am not buying wine on the way home from work. I am not going to finish the back-to-back Zoom calls I have today and go to the fridge and get the wine. I'm not doing that. I'm going to stay alcohol-free today. And then it gets to 5 p.m, laptop shuts, or you're in your car, you're on your way home, and that wine is whispering, and you're like, oh, I just need something to soothe. I really get it. I did this all the time. I know, I understand. So these old coping patterns can really activate us. I noticed yesterday I was feeling really frustrated about something. I was really wanting to know the answer to something. I was, trying to get something right. And I sat there and I had this sudden frustration, and it came really suddenly. It was like fire inside. It was like, oh, I'm really frustrated. And immediately my brain went to crisps. And I'm not eating crisps at the moment. And I'm like, oh, I just want something to snappy, quick. And I managed to catch it. And this is a new thing that I'm practicing. And I thought, here is the perfect example. Let's catch that. Let's feel it. I didn't want to feel it. I can feel that resistance coming up, but because I'm really practicing this resistance, it was another opportunity, and I felt it. And also I checked in with myself. It's like, am I actually hungry? Because actual true hunger can be a trigger for a craving. But I wasn't hungry because I just had my lunch. I just had this rye bread sandwich. I wasn't hungry. And so it was actually time to take Barney dog out for a walk. So I just calmed myself down, just did my breathing. We went round the woods. I didn't even think about those crisps. They didn't pop into my mind again. But we have to train ourselves to give ourselves the space to feel. And then these moments can also pop up when that young inner child part of us wants soothing. It really does feel scary sometimes when we are stretching, we're feeling the discomfort, and we have to find our own edge. Find your edge, the point where you feel you can stretch to and you don't want to then self-sabotage, and you just pull yourself back and you practice, your tools, get yourself a toolkit in place. We're doing this currently this week in Strong Roots as well. This is my monthly membership. It's super affordable. If you want the details, if you want to come and join us, and it's such a small, gorgeous, nurturing community. We're doing it together, embracing the wobbles and the mess. Lots of ladies in there working on the self-sabotage. Just pop me a private message and I'll send you the details. But self-sabotage is actually showing us where the safety inside needs to be built. Because we're getting the message from the body in self-sabotage, it's not safe. It's not safe. And it's our job to show ourselves it is safe. It is safe. So let's go to this emotional root of all self-sabotage. Whether it's with drinking, whether it's with eating, whether it's not doing the thing that you want to be doing that's going to get you to the version of you that you really want to be. And the real message, the real root, one core thing is actually a message from our nervous system saying, I don't know how to hold this feeling. I don't know how to hold it. This feels alien. It doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel comfortable. It feels unsafe. And it's wanting to keep us safe. It's doing its job. And this feeling, it might be discomfort. It might be overwhelm. It might be emptiness, that constant feeling like you have a hole within, that you're searching and you're looking and you're searching for the thing. It could be you're consuming loads of podcasts. You're searching for the book that has all of the answers in that you want. You're searching for something, you don't know what it is. You don't know what it is, but it's maybe it comes up as well as a feeling of boredom not feeling good to sit with, or anxiety, or feeling lonely, frustrated, grief. There can be many, many things. It can also be the high emotions that we're feeling, like the excitement. You've had a great day, you've maybe got a new client, you've had a great week in your business, or you've had a promotion. Things are going really well. You can actually believe you're going to get to this place you want to be. You want to be, right? And this is something I've really struggled with, is it's been such extremes, the lowest of the low and the highest of the high. And how to hold ourselves in these moments. And when the feeling feels just too big for our system to hold, that's when we're reaching for drinking or scrolling or sugar or caffeine or distraction or quitting something, just giving up completely or shrinking back. And it's not because we're weak. It's because we were never, ever taught emotional mastery. We were never taught that. We have to learn this. So you are becoming the woman that can hold these feelings. This is about our energetic capacity. It's building our container, and this is what breaks the loop. So self-sabotage always happens when we're on this edge of our expansion. So quite often when we're not drinking, when we're working on our sober journeys, we feel like nothing's happening. We can't see what's actually happening. It's not something we see with our eyes. It's something that is happening, and we just have to trust the process. You will feel, and you will feel it, and you will feel it. When things have happened that we can't see, you will feel it. And it will come in as a knowing one day. Like you'll just know, like, oh, I've just realised. It will come in as a realisation or a feeling, like I haven't thought about alcohol for a while. Or, oh my gosh, I've just realised this has become a healthy habit that I've been working on, and now it's automatic, and now it's just part of you, part of the new identity. But sabotage happens most when you're about to level up. You're about to change your identity. You're about to choose different results you want for yourself. You're about to choose alignment, and you're about to rise. It starts to feel uncomfortable. So sabotage is really, in a nutshell, it's our old self, which is feeling scared, feeling the pressure and the discomfort, and it feels really like, oh, this just feels really yucky and icky and I just want to run. But we have to hold it, and we have to relax, keyword, relax into it, because the new self is emerging from that. This is good news. Discomfort leads to this point. If you sit with discomfort, grow through the discomfort. If you need, professional support with traumas and things coming up for you, get therapy, get counselling, get whatever you need to. Get journaling, use your tools, breathe, nurture, work through this, coach yourself, parent yourself, nurture yourself forwards through this, and check in with your wellness tree. And the wellness tree, we do this in Strong Roots, but the roots is all about working on emotional safety. It's working on identity. It's working with nervous system stability. It's working with boundaries. It's working with truth, and it's working with honesty. So when your roots are shaky, sabotage is going to feel stronger. We need strong roots. When we have strong roots, self-sabotage starts to melt away. Now we do this, we take the focus off the alcohol because it's not about the alcohol, and we put our focus onto our wellness tree branches. These are sort of different life areas. Again, we work on these in Strong Roots. And these are things like, so this is where you want to focus, and this is how you can start creating a plan to support you so you're not self-sabotaging. You want to focus on nourishment. Nourishment in all of your different life areas. Hydration, staying hydrated. Hormones, making sure your hormones are all in check. These are all huge, long adventure rabbit holes in themselves. Sleep, great sleep hygiene. You want to work on clutter clearing. This is thoughts. This is our environment. this is people, this is laptops, energetic clutter. I mean, it's everywhere. We want to be traveling light, and this is an ongoing process. We want to focus on connection with ourselves, and connection with our relationships, connection with our mission, our business, our purpose in life. And that can be really foggy and hazy sometimes. We want to focus on our environment, on our creativity, what we want to create. And we cannot even access creativity if we have an overwhelmed nervous system. So we want to create the safety first, settle and ground the nervous system first, and then we can then open up. The body feels safe to open, and then we can expand and we can receive. Connection with nature, with going outside, and also having a spiritual practice, however that looks for you, whatever you believe in. Because when we're neglecting our branches, our different life areas, we increase the chances of sabotage happening, because we're living in depletion. So the key thing is to nourish all parts of ourselves, our roots, our trunk, and our branches. So I'm going to go really quickly now into the actual energetics of self-sabotage and what's actually happening. So here we go. Your frequency is rising. Your frequency is rising. Your old patterns cannot match this new frequency. Your nervous system freaks out. Your mind reasons to go backward. It will try and keep you safe. It will give you all of the reasons why it thinks drinking is a great idea. Your body chooses the familiar pattern. That's what feels safe. That's what feels comfortable, until it doesn't. And your fear of expansion actually gets louder than your desire for change. So here's the key. The key is learning to breathe through the rise, through the discomfort. You come through that. It doesn't last very long. You relax around it. You let it. If you want some help with this message, send me a message. I'll guide you through this process. Anchor this new frequency in. You may need to do this. You will need to do this many, many times. It's a practice. I'm still practicing it too. You sit with the sensation. You regulate this emotional wave, and you tell your system, we're safe to grow now. And that is where your power is. So we want to acknowledge the feeling. The feeling is coming up. We see it as discomfort, but just see it as discomfort. It's not danger. Ground your body. So put your feet flat on the floor. Breathe gently in through your nose and gently out through your nose, and then let the wave move. Now name this pattern without shaming it. So again, we're just observing ourselves, bird's eye view. I'm trying to soothe myself. That's all this is. That's all this is. I am trying to soothe myself. And then ask what you actually need, because there will be a real need beneath this. And often it's things like rest. It's things like grounding. It's definitely grounding, because our energy is all up here. If you're feeling overwhelmed, if you're anxious, even high excitement, anything that sets off this massive craving to self-sabotage, where are you? Where are you? The energy is going to be up in the higher chakras. We want to bring it down to the lower chakras, which is where we teach the body safety. It's where we settle, where we ground, where we're supported. Drinking a big glass of water, bringing yourself into the present moment. You're saying to yourself, I am here now. Feel your feet on the floor. Feel yourself here now. And then choose your next habit from the future version of you. Not the old identity, not the part that self-sabotages, but the new you. Step into her energy now and do one tiny thing that works towards this woman that you're becoming. One tiny, easy, doable thing. It could be really simple, and have a list so you don't have to think about this. It's not taking more energy from you. Have a list. What would the new version of me do in a time of self-sabotage? It could be to meditate, could be to go for a walk, could be to sit with tea, could be to make a post in the Facebook group, could be just to sit in silence. You need to take your power back. Meditation is actually a really, really good way to do this. I like to sit in silence. I don't meditate as often as I need to be meditating. That's definitely something I'm working on. Or there's loads of guided meditations as well. Have a look at Insight Timer. I used to use Insight Timer. There's some wonderful things there. Let the win. We want to gather our wins daily. Record your wins. We do this in Strong Roots. Let the win be regulation, not the perfection. Perfection is just unrealistic. Practice the regulation. And the gold here is when you speak to yourself from your highest frequency at that moment, you can name the real truth. Self-sabotage is actually meeting yourself. It's meeting yourself with love on the edge of an opportunity. We literally have a golden opportunity in that moment before self-sabotage hits. There is a moment, and it can be really easy to miss, but see if you can find it today. You're just about to buy the wine, or you're just about to do something. It can be anything. It doesn't need to be focused around drinking. Just notice it and then stop yourself. Bring the awareness in like, there it is. This is your golden moment to actually create space. The new version of us is in this space. This is so powerful. I can literally feel it. I can feel how exciting and expansive this is. In that moment requires discipline, devotion, courage to feel that discomfort. Your brain will probably race ahead and say things like, oh my God, I can't do this forever. The more we practice it, the more it becomes normal and natural. This is how we choose better. So we have that moment and we're like, right, I'm going to choose differently. And then just train yourself in these moments to make a different choice, to make a better choice that aligns with the version of you that you are becoming. And you are becoming. This is soul wealth. This is soul wealth. I've been talking about this yesterday actually on my public page. Go and have a look at the posts. I was talking about soul wealth, how we have, it's almost like an inner bank account, an inner health bank account. And every choice we can either be making deposits or withdrawals. And every sabotage that we do is a withdrawal. It's taking our energy, it's taking our money, it's taking from us, it's taking our power. It's contracting, it's shrinking, we're not growing, we're withering away. And we can do that if we want to. But I'm guessing you're here because you want to expand, you want to be that next better, healthier, wealthier version of you that can navigate life's challenges and hold steady, that can make really great choices, that can choose conscious choices and feel empowered about it. And that is soul wealth, because you have been working on these moments, these magical moments, and only you know this. Only you can do this work. No one can do it for you. I'm doing it with you. We're all doing it together. This is the work we're doing in Strong Roots. We're all at different places with this, but the first place we need to start always is with the nervous system. It's with creating safety within, calming and settling, because we can't do that. We can't do the last part. Our system literally won't let us. It won't let us. So we have to calm and settle and soothe. And then when we created this, enough safety within, we then open up. We can access that creativity. We can bring in the fun and the play and the, actually this feels good. And look at all those days that I am building up, those on-track days. And this is the work. And it gets to be fun. It gets to be exciting. Yes, it takes work. It's hard. It's not easy, is it? But this is what I'm here for, to share. And if you have any questions, drop them below. If you want to private message me, if you want to connect, come and say hello. If you want details of Strong Roots, our affordable monthly membership, come and join us, because we're going to be working on creating our plans, creating on-track days together. It's for you if you're currently working on drinking less to none, or you're already sober and you want to stay sober and have that consistency. Come and join us. Take care, gorgeous souls. Thank you for watching, and to those of you on the replay too, I will see you all again next week. Bye.